Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If I'm doing the math correctly, I think this will be the last video of the year. And for my last video, I forgot to wish you all a Merry Christmas for all of you who are celebrating, and just happy holidays in general. And I hope that you have a good New Year's Eve and New Year's celebration. So thank you so much for sticking around. Today we are talking about my Techo Kaigi. And I don't think I've done one of these in a while, simply because I found that planners as they are not for me, simply because I keep a lot of my information on Outlook, my work calendar, so that also goes to my phone, and that's how I keep track of things. But this year I did discover that I needed a place to write down other dates that had, like, my partner's dates or information when he was going to be out of town and such. I just didn't have a place for it, so I found an old agenda and I was writing things down there. So this year I kind of switched things around a little bit, and I decided on something that's a little bit different for me, but something that I'm excited about. So without much ado, let's start with the planner, because I think that's going to be it's simple enough. I don't know if many people use it, just because I haven't seen a lot of people posting about it, but maybe that's just me. All I see is Hobonichi everywhere, and the Hobonichi is just too much for me. I even bought, like, I think this year and the year before, I bought Hobonichi weeks, and I didn't touch this year's at all. It's still brand new with the cover and everything. Didn't do anything with it. Nothing. But I still needed something, just something simple. And what I happened to, within my research, like, I was doing a little bit of research a few weeks ago, and I was like, I need something simple. And I have always enjoyed the Maruman Diary, because I have a video on it, and it's just so simple. It's pretty easy. It's pretty thin. It's just down and dirty. It's just like the months. Um, but I still needed a little bit more than that. So what I did was I looked into the Traveler's Notebook, like a weekly vertical diary, I believe it's called. And I think I'm gonna be sticking with the Traveler's Notebook for that, which, by the way, look at my cover. These are not attached yet, but I think they're gonna go there. But I think I mentioned these in my last video, but these little patches, they're glued on to my cover, and I think they look so cute. And I will definitely be adding this little guy here because it's just perfect. So that'll be my planner. So let me show you really quick. And it's this is the camel color, and it's, if you don't know, the Traveler's Notebook comes in two notebooks for one half of the year and for the second half of the year. So I went ahead and put both of them in here, just because if I know of anything that coming down in the future, I will just hopefully just write it down here. So the first one is from January until, hopefully you can focus, from January to June. And then the second one is from July to December. I'm gonna do a quick tour of this, because I was struggling with finding, like, detailed information about it, but I was just looking for something really fast. So I didn't look beyond what the website had. So you open it to the full, is that 12? Yeah, so no, oh, okay, yeah, I was like, wait, this is too many months. It's, you have 2025, and then you have 2026 here on this side. So that's handy, because you can see both years, and start making plans, start circling, start saying yes or no to any events you've been invited to. Let's see. And then the next page, or the next spread, is, oh, like a full month. a vertical month basically. So you have all of January here. You have all the dates and the days of the week. Um, so that's kind of nice. I didn't realize it had that. So that's great. So if you have like a birthday, write a birthday. If you are gonna be out of town on vacation, just put it down and drag it. That's kind of neat. I hadn't realized that it had that. So it's got, all the way up to December. And then we start with, actually, I can probably start using it this week. It starts with December 2024, Monday 23, 24, Tuesday. So I can actually start using it right now. So that's that, and it goes until January. And it just keeps on going. So what I liked about it was that it's got it's broken up vertically, so the dates are on the top, and then it is broken up by hour basically. So it starts at 8 a.m. it goes to 9 a.m., 10, which is something that I am so used to, because this is kind of similar to what I do for work. If I have a project that I know it's gonna take from 10 until 12, then I block out that small time block and I put down what I'm working on. So I have gotten so used to that now when I found this, I was like, I need this. Because then I can also put down, like, after work, if I have any events, I can just visualize like how busy I am, what I'm doing, and such. So that's really what I wanted. And it's basically all that for the whole month. And let me see, is there anything that changes? No, it just goes quickly into the following month. So that's pretty good. And that's basically the planner. So I'm excited to put this to use for me. Hopefully, I do stick with it, and hopefully I do find it very helpful. Just because, again, I don't like the Hobonichi type of stuff, and writing everything out is just, it doesn't work for what I do basically. Plus, like, I work from home a lot. Hopefully I will be back in the office next year more. But as we know, like, our lives are so full of work, unfortunately, and it doesn't leave a lot of room for other activities. So I was like, if I'm gonna write the same thing over and over again, I don't need anything super fancy. So here we go. And I just love this cover so much now that I've added the patches. It's gonna be perfect. And then the second item, okay, let's go into the second item that I will be using, of course, is my trusty dusty plotter, because as we know, I use this a lot for work, for all my project management, basically. It's just very helpful to see when I'm working on 4 projects at the same time. It's just very nice to see the process or the progress of each project and just keeping things moving along. So I will be using this, and I got it customized. Was it this year at the Chicago Pen Show? It may have been last year. I think it was last year. But yeah, I will be using that. And then, okay, before I get to the main meat of my Techo Kaigi, I will also be carrying around my Franklin Christoph Vagabond Notebook, which I always preach about this notebook just because it's so wonderful. I need a few more. But basically, I have my Amarillo stationery coloring books in here, so I will be carrying that around for in case I'm like, I need to doodle or whatever. And I put in here a random little Good Impressions notebook with Tomoe River paper, just because sometimes I just want to doodle or write or whatever, and I don't need a specific spot for it, so that's there. And the fourth item is this the companion in the passport size, and I just have currently I have 4 pocket notebooks in here. I couldn't tell you really well. Like, actually, one of them is not even being used. So it's just for random little notes. This one, I am using it to kind of do a little bit of journaling. So I'm doing a little creative journaling. This was, I don't know, like fun little page. So I'm starting to use a few more like stickers and washi tape and ephemera. But I need to do more of that. So I have this in here, and let me show you so you don't miss out. And I'm carrying around like a washi tape samples, random little stickers, these little cool, I'm a mess because there's no little pocket, these little Kita washi tapes. So that's very handy. And yeah, that's one of them. So that is item number 4 in my kind of Techo Kaigi. Although I'll tell you, my Techo Kaigi, these are not gonna be with me all the time. It's just something that I will be using. And then for the main item, in my opinion, is this guy right here. So through 2024, I kept seeing all these beautiful, beautiful notebooks filled with pictures, with sketches, with writing, with like creativity. And I was just like, I want that. I'm craving that. I want a chunky notebook that's filled with stuff that I can just flip through later, and I don't know, like a diary of some sort, but not necessarily dated, because the dates just overwhelm me so much. Because once I miss a date, then I'm like, I see the blank page, and mentally I'm like, well, I can't write there because that's a different date. And then it'll be blank, and then it just keeps going, and it just snowballs into like just this unfinished notebook, kind of like my Hobonichi weeks, which I have one or two that are I started and I went up to February, and then the rest is just so empty that now I'm just using it for scrap paper, for like just writing random stuff. But this time, so I used a Hobonichi cover. I think this is an A5 size that I found for such a great deal, and I had so many friends helping me to look for this cover. What I'm gonna be using is a Mr. Rouge notebook from my shop. And I'm using that because it's a chunky notebook. It's so chunky, and I can hopefully just do whatever I want with it. Hopefully I can sketch, I can draw, I can, I'm not going to care about keeping it pristine. So I went ahead and added a bunch of stickers to the front, to the back. This sticker is super cool by my friend Bernie. He's Bernabe Martinez on Instagram. He does amazing work. Actually, and he did this one too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I added my little pen loop from Blue Star Crafts because it doesn't have a pen loop, and just in case. And yeah, I've already started collecting some ephemera that I will be hopefully just putting down anywhere. So I have like Tony's Chocolonely wrapping paper from those beautiful chocolates, and I have some Labubu ephemera of like the little guys that we have bought. Super cute, and I'm just I'll just use them wherever. I don't care. And then I made a note, like I weighted it before I started adding so much to it, so it weighs 1 pound and 2 ounces. So hopefully by the end of the year I can weigh it again and see what damage it did, or I don't know, like how used it became. And it's got dotted pages, so it's light enough that like there is a guide if I want to write, and it's also light enough that if I draw, it's not gonna be it's not gonna bother the entire page or whatever. And then I have used a similar one of these notebooks with fountain pen, and it's handling it really, really well. So I'm hoping this one does as well. But if not, then I have my ballpoints, I have whatever. And like I said, I don't care about how it's going to look or the performance of the paper. Of course, I'm gonna be careful because we know not a lot of paper can handle watercolors, so we'll see what that does. And if it ruins it, then, you know, live with it, keep moving on, and just do whatever. So hopefully, although I know I want to like journal or do something creative every day, I know I will not get to it. So it's gonna be undated. It's just a blank notebook. And there are some, well, that's a weird page. That's funny. This is definitely a misprint. The page is lopsided and there's like this printing, but anyway. They're like, what's his name? James Burke, is that his name on Instagram? He does these creative prompts for Hobonichi, and he's got an awesome series on his YouTube where he can do something like within, like, I think it's called a page in 10 minutes or something like that, and he guides you through like how to draw or how to like color something and render it and whatever within 10 minutes. So I'm gonna be watching a few of those through the year, and just so I can, you know, start doing something. Because one thing I've recognized is that although I want to draw, I want to do this, I want to do that, I don't put the time into it. I just hope that one day magically I just start doing it and it's awesome. But no, like, we have to exercise those muscles, our creativity. It's not gonna happen if you don't do it. So hopefully this is the start of some sort of creative journey that I can then label the spine and keep on my bookshelf and just keep adding year after year after year, kind of like James, you know, kind of like April, like Job. There are so many people who are doing such beautiful things with their journals, and it's this fear of messing something up, but that's actually the beauty of it, because once you look through and flip through somebody's journal and notebooks, it's those like grungy pages that are really interesting. So I'm just gonna let go. As RuPaul once said, let go and let God, which he actually didn't mean to say. It was so funny. But yeah, that's my Techo Kaigi for 2025. And then this little journal cover has pockets, so I already have a bunch of stickers here. I have some cards from Katie Classman, and then I have more stickers by Katie as well. So yeah, this is gonna be great. And then this fits in here perfectly. So that is that. Oh, and also, like, I bought this cool little pendant, or I don't know if you call it a pendant, but it's something from, I'll see if I can link it in the description. Oh, sorry, focus. But it's from, come on. It's from Katie Classman's shop, The Great Hush, and it's so cute. I put it in my journal. It's there. So yes, friends, that's my Techo Kaigi. I'm gonna say, like, this is the meat of my Techo Kaigi. This is what I will be carrying around everywhere, hopefully. My traveler's notebook with my diary, my schedule, my planner, my plotter for my work progress, and then my creative journaling. And then every once in a while I'll use these for my pocket notebooks and my coloring books. And then I bought this cool multi-pen from Jet Pens. It's got 3 colors, and hopefully I can keep it and just, you know, change it up as I need to. So that's my Techo Kaigi, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the holidays and have a great New Year's. And if you're watching this in 2025, well, welcome to the new year, friends. I'll catch you again later. Bye-bye.